morning, my fellow crafters. I hope everyone's well. I hope you had a great weekend. Thank you for joining me this morning for Mojo Monday. I have another card template for you today. We're nearing the end of my showcase of cards made with the last year's annual catalog. Had a slew of templates that you could use for all of your card making, and I have pretty well done all of them for you. And I may have to do some kind of showcase at the end just to show you all of the ones that we did. And yeah, so I've got template number, what are we on? 20 number, I have it right here. Hang on a second. Here we go. I'm going to turn my camera down, of course. Template or with card sketch number 24. So it's again using a circle. And so that gives you lots of opportunity to either use dies or punches, hand cut a circle. You don't have to use a circle. You could use a square. You could use a rectangle, anything you want. And this morning I'm using a new stamp set I just purchased called Encircled With Love. This is what it looks like. So I love circular greetings because they're great for gift packaging because you can really easily create a tag for it. And it's something different than a typical straight greeting that we often see on cards. It just gives you another opportunity to say something in a circular format. They are also fantastic for embossing in gold or in silver. It really adds some oomph to it. So that's what we're using today. Now, there is a recommended punch. It's a brand new punch in our annual catalog, and it's a 1 7/8 punch. They did not package it as a bundle, so you have to buy the two separately. Or if you have some existing punches from years ago, you could use it as well, or find a die that matches. So we've got the Stylish Shapes dies. We have the deckled circles dies. We have from years ago, we had these straight circles plus scallop circles. So just dig in your stash and find some circle dies, and I'm sure you'll find one to fit perfectly. And if it's a little bit bigger, well, then you have a little bit of a border around it, right? So there you go. So that's what we're going to be using. And I'm going to do monochromatic cards. So I'm using the beautiful Shy Shamrock color cardstock. So I've got my card base ready to go. And I'm also using the 2024 to 2026 in color designer series paper because the color Shy Shamrock is in there. So we're going to be cutting some strips with that. So yeah, so once you make this card, I mean, if you love the in colors, both from last year and this year, then you could just make a set of 5 cards in each of those in colors and with a simple thank you on it or a happy birthday, and you're done for lots of card making. I often recommend that if you want to do a whole bunch, just pick one stamp set, one design, and different colors, and away you go. So without further ado, good morning, Christine. How are you feeling? I hope you're better finally. I think you finished your antibiotics, right? Good. Okay, so I'm going to share my my desktop camera. Again, I hope that we get good luck today with, I'll have my computer back starting next week. I'm just going to, turn on some more lights here. And hopefully we'll be good to go. All right. So this is the sketch. So we've got a card base. Now you can keep the card base really simple, no extra designer series paper as a layer. Then you've got these 3 strips, each of which measure 1/2 inch by 4 1/4 inches. You've got your decorative image here, and then you've got also an extra sentiment here. So I thought I would do one of the circles from this stamp set. So here's the stamp set close up. I should zoom in a little bit more, I think. There we go. So you could use one of the circles from this stamp set. And then I brought in another stamp set. Oh my gosh, I have used this so much. This is one of my favorites right now called Simply Said. So if you look in your catalog, if you happen to have it in front of you, this stamp set is on page 36. Here it is here. And then it tells you coordinates with 1 7/8 inch circle punch that you can find on page 105. All right. And then they give you some samples here. Now, I love this one. I might do this for Case the Caddy on Thursday night because this is, I think, using the Everyday Arches design. I think I'll have to look it up, but it's kind of a cool that you can have this graduation of different colors, almost like a rainbow, and then put one of the circles on there. So on the opposite page, or the following page, there's that Simply Said stamp set right here. So I have this with you in mind, and I have this one as well. I love these big greetings, and I love these greetings here too with 2 different fonts. So yeah, I'm going to use both of those. Okay, so let's just put that catalog away. Let's bring the template forward again. All right, and now let's get started. So this is my scrap white for doing my circle. I'm using all one color, as I said. This is the Shy Shamrock ink pad here. So I'm going to start by stamping an image. Now I haven't decided which one I'm using. I love this thank you because it's kind of got a leaf on it. You've got You're on my mind and in my heart. You've got, of course, happy birthday wishes. You've got a little something for you with a little package. So I thought I would do this and coordinate this with a greeting from this stamp set. So I'm going to say a little something for you, and then I'm going to say happy birthday, so that we'll get in this sentiment here with this happy birthday. All right, so let's pull that stamp out. A little something for you. That's with the little gift package on there. Oh my gosh, I forgot to bring blends over for, oh no, we're just doing monochromatic, so I don't need to color anything. Yes, yes, yes. Let's make it a little bit simple. So a little something for you. And I need a block. So let's mount this up. And now this is a brand new stamp. I haven't used it yet, so we'll see how it stamps. Yeah, that looks okay. I absolutely love this Shy Shamrock color. It's a gorgeous green. Okay, so now I can take my punch. Now you'll see that the punch is a little bit larger than what's really needed, but then it gives you a nice border around it. So I'm going to punch this out. There we go. Okay. Now here's my card base. I've already folded and scored it. It's half a sheet of 8.5 by 11. This is 4¼ inches wide by 11, scored at 5.5. Okay, and now let's see. Now for the I thought I might do another, I'm going to see how it goes. This might just work perfectly like that. Now I could do a little bit of a larger, you can layer this on a larger circle if you want, but we'll work with this and just see, you know, how it looks. All right, now for my 3 strips of paper, I pulled out the Shy Shamrock patterns from that pack of paper. So we can choose to use some flowers or just a model design. Okay. And I thought I'd use, I love this, absolutely love, love, love this, stripes, or there are some leaves on the back. So I thought I would do the stripes and the florals together. Okay, so we're going to cut these. Now we want these 4¼ So these are going to go right across from the left to the right to the edges of the card base. So I'm going to cut, let's see. We might pull in a 3rd color. Now another option, which I might do, just to change it up a bit and give you some more ideas, I might make one of these an embossed. We can emboss one of these and just do it in white. Let's see how that, because we've got the green card base here. So what did I say it was? 1/2 inch. So let's cut. Now we could either have the stripes going this way, so it looks like that, or I think I'll do lengthwise. So I want to go 1/2 inch. So there's one. Let's do some flowers. 1/2 inch. Okay, so we've got these 2 stripes. And now let's do a 1/2 inch. Let's see, is this 4 1/4 inches wide? Yes, so let's do a 1/2 inch in the white. Okay, and then let's emboss that little piece. So I think I'm going to pull out the exposed brick embossing. Anytime we have an embossing folder with bricks on it, that's almost my go-to embossing folder. So let's throw this in here. Now, my trimmer has left. Remember, I don't know if you remember me talking about these. Sometimes when you cut, you get these edges that stick up. Again, just a reminder, don't press down. Don't press down too tight or too hard with your... Okay, let's stick that in there. And let's emboss this. I need plate number 4, which is the embossing plate. It's the dark gray one. So with these strips that go across, you can do anything you want, really, any combination. Okay, so we're putting these on. They're going to go under the circle. So let's see, let's do the flowers. Let's do the embossed piece. And then let's do the stripes. Okay, now I'm going to line this up on my grid sheet so that I can make sure that I get these on nice and straight. So this is what I normally do. Just line this up. And if you want, you can just stick a piece of tape on there so it doesn't move. So now I can line up my paper. Now, if you cut your paper longer, it makes it way easier. So I'm just going to line this up like that. And then you can just trim it. Okay, like that. Now this one, I just happen to have it at 4 1/4 inches wide. I should be using my Tombow glue because I have a bit of wiggle room there. Once you get the first strip on, the rest of them just butt up against each other. Okay, so there's our 3rd stripe there. Okay, and then we're going to trim those off. So I'm going to open up my card base. Yes, they are pretty colors. I do prefer last year's in colors to this year's in colors, to be honest. There we go. Look at that. That looks pretty already. Okay, now we could just put this on here like this. Yeah, if I put green around it, it's going to get lost anyway. So I think I'm going to leave it like that. Or here's another option. Let's see. I could emboss I could emboss another circle, a larger circle. So I brought in, where are they now? I brought in these circles, and we could do something. Let's see, how big is this? This might work perfectly, just to give it some texture around the outside of the circle. Let's try this one. So these are the Spotlight on Nature dies. Okay, let me grab some stock. I don't know what happened to that other one I was working on. You know, my desk is only so large, and yet things go missing all the time. Okay, let's die cut this out. All right, so we get this, and this has got, I don't know if you can see that, it's got some little texture around the outside. So I might mount this on top of that. Yeah, that looks good. Let's just put that on a dimensional. We'll put 3 dimensionals on here. And we'll mount this on this smaller one. Like that. And then we're going to put this on here. Okay. Now, this also gives you, well, not now, but you could have stamped a bit of a background, top and bottom here, or you could have added a layer. You can do so many things with templates. All right, now we want this greeting here. So I'm going to use, I think I'm going to keep the same color. And let's do, happy birthday. Yeah, it's a pretty long greeting, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Okay, now let's see if I have a piece of scrap white that I can use without having to cut it down. Here we go. Now I like to put this on a dark background, so I'm going to use my silicone mat here. Let's ink this up. There we go. Happy birthday. Then I'm going to do my traditional slanted edge. I just love it. Now, because this is going to be up, this is up on dimensionals here, we'll want to put a couple of dimensionals just towards the end of this flag and then just sort of tuck it, glue it to the end there like that, I think. Yeah, it's too long. We'll just do that. Maybe I'm going to make this a little bit taller and just fit that in like that. Let's see how that works. So I'm going to just put 2 towards the end. It's time to commit to this. So, whoops. So I'm not following the template exactly. I'm making my own little adjustments here. I'm going to put this a little bit higher, like that. And then I'm going to put some glue at the front. And I'm going to get it to glue. You know what? I should have put, hang on, I'm going to add one tiny little dimensional right in this corner here. Actually, I think I put it in the wrong corner, didn't I? I did too. I need it in the bottom. That should work. Okay. Because we want to support it at the bottom. And I'm just going to put that on like that. Okay. Hi, Sharon. Good morning. How are you? You know, isn't that funny? I'm looking at this live on my Facebook page, and this it doesn't look green. It looks like the old Bermuda Bay or Coastal Cabana on Facebook, but it is green. All right, there you go. Now, if you wanted to add, I did bring out the, these came out last year. They're still available, the 2024-26, same in colors, but they're these flat gems. So we could, I'm sticking with the green. So we could add just 3 towards the bottom maybe. Now this is the green. Of course, it doesn't show up very well, does it? I don't think maybe we even need this. No, I don't think we need them. I think there's enough on here. Okay, now you could also add a little bow. I don't think it needs it. I think it looks really good just the way it is. What do you guys think? Yes, I'm very well, thanks, Sharon. My back's been amazingly good, and yeah, I'm good. I'm going for a huge walk tomorrow, so I'm hoping it stands up for me. Okay, so that's your template for today. It went pretty quickly. So that's what I'm saying. You can do something pretty quickly once you have a template going. Let's just bring me forward so I can say goodbye. You love it. Good. I'm glad. Okay. So thanks, ladies. And I'll be back on Thursday for Case the Caddy again. So there's our card. Thank you so much for your support. Thanks for watching. Have a super week until I see you Thursday night. Bye, ladies.